Hi, I'm Tim, Customer Evangelist at ActiveCampaign. Welcome to the latest edition of our Product Update series, where we highlight the recent innovation that ActiveCampaign is creating for our customers. Today, we're going to deep dive into several new features released last month with some product demos, highlight two new important features in automations and our WooCommerce integration, take a look at the major performance and design improvements we've made, check in with how one marketer is using one of our recently released features, review lead scoring and event tracking, and answer any questions you may have. Let's dive in. One of our customers has an idea about cookie banners. Jenny, who is one of our product marketing managers, is here to share more. Jenny, what do we have?
Thanks, Tim. One of our customers, Mark B, says, "We're building our website and adding tracking, aka cookies. So now, thanks to GDPR, we need to add a banner to our site. Compliance seems unnecessarily complicated. I think ActiveCampaign could clear it up."
Thanks, Jenny. We certainly understand that privacy is important to your customers, it's important to you, and it's important to us. Existing and emerging laws, like GDPR, often require businesses to gain their customers' consent when collecting data or tracking behavior. We've released cookie banners in our ActiveCampaign pages to make this easier for you. To enable cookie banners, head to the Pages section of your ActiveCampaign account. Pages is available to all ActiveCampaign accounts on our Plus plan and above. If you see a message in this section about upgrading, you'll need to upgrade to the Plus plan or above. Roll over the landing page you wish to enable a cookie banner for and click View Page Settings. Then click the Compliance tab. This is where you can enable and configure the cookie banner for this landing page. Click the Enable Cookie Banner toggle to turn the banner on. Choose the language you wish to have the text in the banner displayed in, and specify a URL where visitors can learn more about your cookie use policy. You can also specify exactly what text is linked to the cookie use policy link. As you are configuring the banner, you can see a live preview of what the banner will look like on the right. Once you are finished configuring the banner, click the Save Changes button. ActiveCampaign's site tracking code enables you to easily track which pages of your website are visited by known contacts. If you have a Shopify store, you can use site tracking to gain further insights into what products your customers are interested in. We've made it super simple for you to get site tracking code up and running in your Shopify store. All you have to do is connect your Shopify store to your ActiveCampaign account and you're good to go. No more copy and pasting code into templates or any other manual work. Just connect your store and you will automatically start seeing site tracking events for known contacts as they browse your store. Over 50% of our customers are outside of the United States, spread all over the world, and our customers speak several different languages. We want to continue to make our software easy to use in all languages. Our landing page builder is now fully supported in all languages that you set your ActiveCampaign account to. Simply set your ActiveCampaign account to the language of your choice on the settings page. Then head to the Pages section of your ActiveCampaign account. Pages is available to all ActiveCampaign accounts on our Plus plan and above. If you see a message about upgrading in this section, you'll need to upgrade to the Plus plan or above. Once you're in the landing page builder, you'll see all the tools displayed in the language that you set. Our WooCommerce integration syncs your customers' purchase data from your WooCommerce store into ActiveCampaign. This enables you to better understand their purchasing journey and market to them at precisely the right time. We have significantly shortened the time it takes to initially sync data from your WooCommerce store into your ActiveCampaign account. Large volumes of orders now sync into your ActiveCampaign account in a matter of minutes. More visibility into your business data helps you make important decisions when it comes to growing your business. We are always looking for ways to give you more visibility into your data. One of these ways is surfacing the exact times that your contacts enter and complete wait steps in automations. This information gives you deeper insights into the journeys of your contacts. Each month, we are releasing new features inspired by you. We are also regularly improving our existing features and platform to make ActiveCampaign even easier and speedier to use. Last month alone, we released 36 performance improvements and 21 design enhancements across several different areas of our products. Automations, CRM, conversations, our Shopify integration, our WordPress plugin. The list goes on and on. We are always enhancing our platform's speed and usability alongside all the new features and innovation that we deliver every month. I recently learned about a business owner who is using one of our recently released features to grow their business. Let's see what they're doing. Today, I have here with me Skip. He is a longtime consultant from the ActiveCampaign Consultant Program.
I'm Skip Shean. I'm the owner of a marketing agency called 16 Wells. I've been an ActiveCampaign certified consultant for 5 years, basically since the inception of the program, and I've been using the platform for 7 years, something like that.
You've been a customer of ActiveCampaign, it sounds like, almost as long as I've been working with ActiveCampaign.
I remember when you joined the company. So it's been quite a while, but I been a big fan the whole time and still am, and active evangelist for the platform. So love it.
Skip, you recently submitted an idea about triggering ActiveCampaign's site tracking when a visitor fills out a conversations chat form. Can you tell me a little bit more about why your client needed this?
This feature that you were talking about was a client project I was working on that happened to be for an educational institution. And they use conversations for a lot of initial contacts with prospective students' parents. And so that live chat on the website is it's very often the first form somebody fills out of any kind. And so we were implementing a lot of different things with them, including site tracking. And we were watching all kinds of great stuff happening with the people who we were able to track using regular form completions and things like that. And we just noticed that, hey, when somebody does a conversation first, we're not seeming to continue to pick them up on the site tracking stuff. And some of the automations that we had related to that weren't firing. And so fired it into the ideas portal, and really it was about as fast as you guys have turned something around. I think it was a week or something like that from the time I filled out the form until it was released in production. So kudos. And it was really it was a big help, because that was a client who was really kind of focused on the use of conversations as part of their interaction with their prospective customers. So
was the idea that their leads were coming in through the form on their website, through the conversations form, and then they basically, after the leads would come in, they wanted to kind of see what pages they were visiting. They want to see what kind of pages they were visiting, and then kind of track that journey that the now identified contact would have throughout their website in the future.
What we really figured out was there was this gap of a lot of people who they might have their information, but it might have had to have been entered manually because it came in through some camp sign up system that was not in ActiveCampaign and was not connected. And we might be able to, they've got permission to email them from the other system, so we can import them, but that's still not tracking in the sense of being able to fire automations and stuff. And they really have bought into and love the automations features that they get, but they were not getting as many people trackable as this feature allows. So that's what we were really trying to do, was just increase the percentage of overall interactions they have with people, so that they're able to do more of the effective follow-up marketing that they've bought into, they agree and love, they have had a big lift in the number of contacts that they are receiving tracking event information for. It's been a significant double-digit percentage is about the best way I can put it. It's really getting up there that they've got a lot more people, because they are actively doing chats on a regular basis.
Thank you, Skip. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Happy to.
Today, I would also like to introduce you to existing tools in ActiveCampaign that might help you grow your business. Lead scoring and event tracking are two of these tools that I'm thinking about. They can help you track and better understand where your customers are in their buying journey. Ernie Santarelli, our multimedia content manager, and Cody Lindley, our marketplace manager, are here today to share more about how these two tools could be useful to you. Ernie, Cody, take it away.
Again, this is Cody. This is me. Those are our chef hats. We forgot them somewhere, but we're looking at lead scoring and event tracking. Cody, fill me in here a little. What are these things?
So lead scoring and event tracking are two great things you can have set up in your platform, and they're not necessarily just a one-off recipe. They are some ideas that really help you run things on the background. You set up the logic and it's going to go the way you've set it up. Lead scoring obviously is based on certain actions. You can add or deduct points from a contact based on, the actions they take, as I just said. And then event tracking is having a specified event you've set up with coding that once it's triggered, you track it.
So going into a little more detail about both of these processes, can you tell us, just a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. So as we have here, lead scoring, both contact and deal, allows you to assign points or take them away from a total score based on actions your contact takes. You can then use this, as I've said, when someone reaches a score threshold or range to fire off actions within an automation or entire automation recipes. Event tracking is building, tracking around a specific event occurring, usually an action a contact takes, maybe something like logging into your membership portal for the first time, or perhaps finishing a very specific quiz, that you have set up. You can also fire off those actions when those events are met as well. Both allow for building an automated system that does the 3 R's, as I like to say, which is route, reward, and reach out to contacts based on the logic that you've set up.
Awesome. Yes. So one of the things that we hear a lot is that, the big players in the space, the companies that have, seemingly unlimited resources and manpower and ability to gather all this data and take it in and use it to give you exactly what you want, it's just simply unattainable for some of the smaller players. But systems like lead scoring and event tracking really allow you to take that, we've called the pile of data, right? The pages, the information from integrations, the links they've clicked, the emails they've opened, all that information that you have access to. This is really how you're going to gather it and then decide what to do with it. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I would say that it lets you really drive those things. It's a pile driver, if you will. Ernie?
Cody, I wish I had something that was incredible.
So the first and most important thing, run your business while you sleep by providing truly personalized experiences for your customer. You've set it up, and just because you're not at the computer at the time they're taking these actions, it's still the journey you want to provide them, which is so important. Right. Now, let's say you're taking a little bit more of a direct approach and you're looking at a contact too. These things, knowing the scores for various things, knowing if events have happened or not, this lets you know when you look at a contact where they are in their journey with you at just a glance. And then, of course, this last one I really love, which is guide contacts to desired actions, incentivize them to take said actions. And I want to point out, we don't necessarily mean like a monetary reward, like a discount or something. You definitely can do that too. It's more that you've built the pathway so it will be natural for contacts to go down the pathways you've laid out for them. Especially with, is the score this, then do this. Is the score not there yet? Then we're going to send them down this path. And of course, send them down this path if they're not quite there, retarget them as needed to get them back on that pathway you want for them.
Yes, absolutely. And, these first 2 points are so incredibly critical to, once businesses get to a certain point, they're not able to provide that level of care and attention and time for all of their customers. There's just not enough time in the day. And that's a good problem to have because it means you have a lot of customers. But these processes allow you to get more done with less. And then also, being able to see exactly where someone is. I mean, that is customer experience automation. That's the goal, right?
Exactly.
All right. So if we have some people watching that want to set up lead scoring and event tracking or add some automations that have to do with that, what should they set up before?
So the very first things that you need to set up your scoring rules and your event tracking, which in the next couple of slides, we'll look at where those live in the platform. We're going to show you where those are, but you want to set those up because it will ask you when you're setting up an automation or using a recipe, which score you want to use or what event you want tracked. So that's a mise en place, if you will. You have to have that beforehand. And then, of course, you want to break down, and this is, the paper before process that I know you'll love so much, Ernie. Break down what rules and events belong to what process. Sure, you could have one large system that accommodates it all, but that's going to be a little bit trickier to fire specific actions off of. It's easier to run a number of specific smaller processes. Think like maybe an engagement process for when you feel like someone's starting to drift away, and, a deal like heat map, how interested are they in buying? Both of them might use the rules of opens and email, but the end result's going to be so different. So, my Christmas tree metaphor, it's so much easier if you have a lot of little processes. You can see if something goes wrong, where it went wrong and fix it, than if everything goes out at once,
Yeah, absolutely. And having those individual processes down, one is going to help you when you go in to set this up, but it's also going to help you just understand and identify your process by looking at it as a bunch of individual pieces rather than just this big thing. Some very helpful perspective there. So getting into the platform here, if we're looking to set up lead scoring, where do we go?
Yes. So you're going to go to the contact section and then the sub directory of manage scoring. As you can see in the top right, you can add a score. What that's going to do, you can choose the type, if it's a contact score, if it's a deal score. You can set them to be active or inactive. Let's say you ran a campaign you're running a score on, and then you sunset it. You can just set that inactive from here, and it won't get those points added or deducted anymore. But yeah, that's where you go to set up scoring in your ActiveCampaign account.
And is there a limit as to how many different rules we can set up here?
So one of the things we want to point out too, there isn't. This is more where you create the actual scores, and you can create rules for things that occur. But if you want to automate them, you create the scores here, and then you'll go build out those pathways in automations. But there is no limit. Gotcha.
Okay. So moving on then to event tracking. Where does this live?
Event tracking, you can go to your settings, or you can go to your pages directory. Either one will work. And then you'll choose tracking, and it will take you. The top part of the page is site tracking. So you do have to scroll down just a little bit. And then you'll be on event tracking. And event tracking is where you set up, using coding, what events you want tracked. And you kind of start putting out and listening. And then once you add that event in, you can start tracking it there. But this is where you go to in the platform to set that up.
And same as before, how many events can we put in here?
As many as your heart desires, Ernie.
Okay, and it looks like you can manage those on the right side just with that X. If you just cross that off, that event won't be tracked anymore?
Correct.
Perfect. All right, well, Cody, I mean, these two processes are extremely valuable in terms of, figuring out who the right person is, what the right message is, what the right time is, and what the right medium is, which is, CXA in a nutshell. So thank you very much, my friend. I, as always, appreciate your time.
Of course.
Thank you, Ernie and Cody. That was very informative.